I just love the intro. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to a Chronic Wellness Podcast live stream. I'm your host, Don Antonio. Today we're going to do a little bit of breath work. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up for live healing. Something I used to do all the time. I started doing maybe four years ago or so. I started my YouTube channel doing basically live stream healings. And I like to do them. They're really fun. It's kind of like a mini healing. So basically, the things I work with the most usually in these things are like chronic pain. Do you have pain? Are you living with any sort of pain in your body? Also, to some degree, I can help with emotional pain. Now, this won't take away the root. That would require a little bit going deeper in a private session, but I can help you in the moment, okay? So anybody that's kind of, I guess the word is relief. If you're looking for some sort of relief or someone that's in pain, get them. Tell them to come here. It's been amazing the things that are capable. Most people don't really understand how distance healing or energy healing actually works. Since they don't know, people who don't know, they kind of just relegate it away to like woo-woo or that's impossible or really, all it is physics. It's energy and frequency is what it is. So I'll explain a little bit. So as an energy healer, I'm the full understanding that how I help someone to heal is not that I'm doing it for them. That's kind of the misconception, is that the healer does the healing. This wasn't even the case for Brother Master Yeshua. Okay, I brought his candle out today because I thought it would be fitting since I'm doing healing today. Brother Master Yeshua is a great teacher, and for him, even though like it looks that way in the biblical stories and everything, like he did the healing, what it really was is it was the other person. It was their faith, and he even says that your faith is what heals you. So another way to say that is it's your own energy. So as a healer, kind of what we do as a shaman, what I do is I channel to me a frequency or a vibration of consciousness that is the healed version of that person. So it's almost like what a shaman does or a healer does is we can envision a version of that person being without their ailment or pain or whatever it is. And so through that visioning, that with, eyes closed visioning, we might call that imagination. We call it visualization. It means the same thing. It's using the mind's eye. When you're using the mind's eye, you're tapping into unmanifested light, bringing that in, and then embodying it into the body. And this is something I talk about a lot when I teach about manifestation and self-healing even. If you want to help heal yourself, this is how you do it. You envision yourself in your highest form or in a form where you don't have the illness maybe in which you're currently perceiving or encountering. You do the same thing if you're helping someone else to heal. You're envisioning them. The key is being able to translate the third eye, the mental energy, into feeling, to heart energy, using it in the heart and the stomach. And then what you're able to do is vibrate that energy through you. So there's lots of other things kind of connected to that. Also, when we're connecting with spirits, I may call in certain spirits. Another way to say this is I'm calling other frequencies of divine intelligence in to help create a healing vibration. Now, it's up to the person to be able to receive, and that's the most important part for anyone that's looking for healing, is being able to openly receive the energy that's available to them. Some people say they want to be healed, but however don't, because a lot of the times this requires going deeper into the mind, understanding that parts of the mind may want to hold on to the perceived illness or issue that's happening because it's part of their identity. Like when someone, that's why I try to steer people away from diagnoses and things like that, even anxiety. When you say my anxiety, you're owning it and it becomes you. Okay, it's a word. We got to be careful with the words. Words are spells. They're very, very important. So if anybody has any questions about that, I'd love to answer or field any questions you may have there. Drop in on the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. And if you're in need of healing today, I want you to let me know. Hi, Brianna. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so glad you're here, Brianna. Lori. Hi, Lori. Miss Hornbeck. Hello today. Lulu. Hello. Tanya Johnson Turner. Hi there. I'm so glad to hear your voice. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're here. Awesome. So again, today we're going to do some breath work next. But what I want to do is I want to put that offer out there. If you're in need of healing, maybe I should put up a banner. And Brianna's watching from Maine. Cool. I think I may have one already. Let's see. It's been a while. It's been such a long time since I've done live healings. Okay, there you go. Here's one. Comment if you're interested in receiving healing, have a question, or want to share your experience, right? So I do these often, and it's really easy. We just work through the comments. And here we go. We got somebody already ready to go. Lori, you're going to be the first on the list. You're first. Before we begin, before we go into the healing, as usual, what we do, I'm going to move this a little so that way I'm more in the middle of the screen. I love my background, by the way. Mary picked it out. She did a great job. It captures everything. It captures the golden sunshine, in which I love. It captures the mountains, which in excuse me, which in our tradition are Apu. And Apu translates loosely to, this would be like a Spanish translation. The Spanish would say mountain gods. That's not really my understanding of these things. Like I have an understanding that the thing that is being referred to as a god isn't the god. It's part of the god, like we all are. And what it is just a higher level of divine intelligence just outside of our own. So like a mountain, we see it as this geological structure, but it's energy. And we have the ability to tap into it. It's a divine masculine energy that we can tap into. I love it. I love the background. Hi, Angelita. I'm so glad you're here. Who's ready to do some breath? Does anybody have anything going on today, like anxiety, nerves, something? Maybe you can help me out. We could start with the theme of breathing. I would love to hear about that. I love to show different ways to use the breath for different outcomes, okay? Maybe that's just what I'll do. I'll start there. This is a totally intuitive live. I don't have any script for today. I'm going to do 2 like this a week, and then on Mondays is when I'll do the information live stream, because I have a 6-part series that I started this Monday, and this is about stress management, something that I'm working really diligently on to push more out into the world, because I'm at the full understanding now that the primary way that a human becomes free, that becomes awakened and alive and healthy, is a human that can regulate their nervous system. And this begins at management of stress. And this is something, I'm not going to go deep into it right now. I'm going to dive deep into it within the next 6 weeks, 5 more weeks. So if you didn't catch Monday's episode, check that out. It's episode 1 of The Breath of Transformation is the name of the series in which I'm working with right now. And again, that's about stress management. And if you're looking for stress management help and learning how to do that, not even if it's just for you, if you just are learning, 1, it can help you, and then 2, you can use this information to help others, to help your children, to help your perhaps your spouse or your brother, your sister, your friend. You can share with them the knowledge in which I share with you. It's very, very powerful work, and I recommend everyone at least try it once. There's nothing to lose, only to gain. So it's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let's see. Kelly's here. Hi, Kelly. Wrote she's driving and listening. Brianna says, I'm feeling anxious today. Well, we can work on that, Brianna, when I move into healing, which is coming on. And you said you love some healing for your wrist. That's connected, by the way. I'll help you with that. Tanya says, I would love some healing. I've been in hermit mode and working on self-healing. It's not much physical, but fighting the anxiety over finances and loss and a heavy heart. I can totally understand that, that's one of the most powerful mental illusions in which is created on this planet is the idea of loss. We can never lose anything because we don't actually own anything. And everything is actually here, impermanent, but also existence is forever. So, especially when it comes to loved ones, we never lose them. They just transition. We've been taught that it's scary and fearful and fearsome when really it's the most beautiful thing ever. They've been able to transition into the next phase of being, which we all will. I was just dead recently and I'm back. So I'm glad. I'm glad to be here. But we'll address those things, Tanya. Let's first begin with some breath, okay? So Brianna was talking about anxious, okay? So anxiety. Anxiety is rooted in fear, okay? It's a fear response. And what I tell everyone is, and most people right away, they disagree, especially men, that anger is a fear response. I'm not afraid. Listen, it's not like you're afraid there's a lion after you. You're afraid Jason Voorhees. It's an underlying fear. That's what creates the outlashing of anger. Why are you angry? Because I'm afraid someone's taking something from me, or there's harm going to be done to me, or, there's lots of things, and it has to be looked at what's happening. I'm experiencing a fear response, which isn't always bad. Sometimes you need that fear response for survival, okay? So I'm not saying that being angry is a bad thing. Sometimes it's a wonderful thing. And also it's just part of being human, okay? Feeling all emotions, allowing yourself to feel them, right? Without any resistance. As long as you don't resist them, then there's no problem. It's when we're resisting, I'm not afraid, so then it turns into something else. It morphs itself. And these are protection mechanisms. Anxiety. So it's a word that's it's just like a diagnosis. What's really happening? There's fear. It's a fear response happening in the body. So something that happens, we just were talking about this the other day, it's a stress response. And that stress response is directly connected to also your body's hormones. So you also will release cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. And this also can make you sick. So anxiety isn't something that most people want to live with. Some people don't know that it's also addicting. Okay. Some people, probably even myself before I knew better, would thrive. I did. There were times I thrived in that mode, in the fight or flight mode. I thought I could get more done and do better, but all I was doing is hurting myself. And I just didn't know any better. But once you know better, you can do better. Once you understand that this doesn't actually serve me unless it's for survival. So say I'm having a day or you're having a day and it feels anxious, or as what did Brianna say? I'm feeling anxious today. I'm feeling that buzz. And some of that stuff is energy trapped in your tissues, primarily your fascia. So I don't know how much people know in here about fascia, but essentially that is invisible to you, but it's very intricate webbing, essentially, that connects everything in the body. Something that, massage therapists may be taught about, Chinese medicine, it's well known, just starting to become more aware in the present Western medical idea. But something that's always been there. So another way I would say this is we store our issues in our tissues, okay? How do we loosen those up? How do we get those out? Number one is respiration, to respire. So when you breathe, you're letting out toxic waste, stuff that no longer needs to be used in you. And you can use your mind to help that process. You can actually help it with your own energetic process. I breathe in softness and I release the heavy, because anxiety's heavy. It's a heavy. If you pay attention to how it feels, it's a vibration. Just like when you're happy, what's that? It's a really high humming vibration. Pay attention to the vibrations and the feelings of your body as we transition going forward here. So the first thing I would do is, if I'm trying to bring myself out of an anxious state, is I would first focus on my breathing. I would notice first, how is it that I'm breathing right now? And right now I'm not very anxious, so I'm breathing already pretty deep and into my belly. But if you weren't, and if you aren't, bring all of your attention into your belly. And then what you do is you breathe down into your belly, up into your chest, and out with the sigh. The sigh is very important, because as you're sighing, there's lots of science to back this up. It actually helps attenuate the vagus nerve, which by stimulating the vagus nerve tells the body right away to relax. Two, that vibration of your vocal cords also stimulates nitric oxide production in the paranasal sinus, which on your next inhale, you breathe that in, it goes into your lungs. And as you relax, it moves out into the tissues of your body, and it's a vasodilator. It actually dilates, opens up those blood vessels, slows your heart rate, lowers your blood pressure. And now what begins to happen is you start to move your breath in and out. You're changing your brainwave rate. And just a few breaths, 3 breaths, 4 breaths, 5 breaths, you're already beginning to change. Imagine what happens when you do it for longer. Imagine what we could do in a 60-minute session. We can go very, very deep. Angelita says, I use breath in my massage session. Good. Fantastic. That's exactly how I train people to use it. I work with other types of healers and things like that. And that's what I teach them, is to use the breath not only with their client, but also on their own, slowing your breath down. You want to be less anxious, just slow your breath down. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Okay, just slowing the breath down. One of my favorites, okay, let me show you one of my favorite exercises for relaxation. And this is called the physiological sigh. There's other names for it too, because it existed before, science began to call it this. This is just something that's been researched a lot by a scientist named Dr. Andrew Huberman, which is a neuroscientist and ophthalmologist out of Stanford University. If you're unfamiliar with him, I'd suggest you get to know him. Very smart guy, and he likes to share his information. He's got a great podcast called Huberman Lab. Huberman, he wrote a paper, and he had other scientists working with him, and what they discovered was a way of breathing that helps to stimulate the sympathetic nervous system, the part of the autonomic nervous system that has to do with rest and digest. So the parasympathetic nervous system is what I mean. There's 2 halves to your autonomic nervous system. Your sympathetic, that's your fight or flight, parasympathetic, which is rest and digest. What we want to do is we want to stimulate. We spend most of our time in a fight or flight mode. We want to stimulate a rest and digest mode. This puts the body in an ability to relax, to heal, to digest. So what they discovered was, and they saw this, somebody discovered this through watching a child. So if you ever notice, like even if you remember being a child, or maybe it happens to you now, you're having a good hard cry, and the breath you take in between your cries goes like that. That's kind of the physiological sigh. But what we do is we make it a little more purposeful, and it's actually a double sniff. We go in through the nose, and the reason being is that nasal inhales are superior to mouth inhales. Okay, and then the sigh actually creates that vibration I was talking about, and this also helps you to release tension. So the exercise is very simple as follows. You'll breathe in through your nose, fill up your belly, and then taking another sharp sniff and fill up your chest and head, and out with a sigh. Chest head, or belly chest head. Try this out. Sniff, sniff. Remember to fill the belly up first. A few more. 3 more. Last one. Relax, relax, relax. See how that feels? Calm. You can just close your eyes and kind of take inventory of how you feel. Isn't that great? Okay, what we're going to do is, before we move on and move into healing, I'm just going to lead us in a little like breath medley. We're going to do a couple different types of breathing, and we're just going to breathe for about 3 to 5 minutes. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to open sacred space, and I'm going to invite anyone that wants to aid in or help in healing to bring your energy and your spirit and the spirit you work with here. And then we will start with Miss Lori and then work our way through, see how much time we got, and see if we can work through and help everybody that needs help today. Okay, let's first begin by taking in one deep breath and filling up the belly and the chest. Holding it, letting out with a big sigh. We're going to go with a circular breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Three more. Last breath, fill up and hold. Let your air out. Hold, stop. Deep breath in. Hold. Release with a sigh. Now we're going to do that double sniff, the physiological sigh, 2 sniffs and a sigh. Remember, belly first, then chest, head. Belly, chest, sigh. 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 Continue. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Let all your breath out. Hold. Deep breath in. Hold. And release. Wow, lots of energy moving. You might feel tingly, lightheaded. That's good. You're moving lots of energy and lots of oxygen. Plus, we're in a group right here. Even though we're not sitting in a circle in the same room, that doesn't matter. The universe doesn't know the difference. It's all one living energy. We're in here with that intention to be here and breathe together. All right. So the last breath we're going to do is going to be a pineal gland activation or a third eye activation. So before we begin, I'm going to have you close your eyes, and I want you just to take your index and second fingers on your both your hands and come to the center of your head in between your eyebrows and up, and I want you to tap. I want you to move up into your scalp, into your hair, come back down the center into your neck, and then come forward again. Back over. And what you do is you're tapping this center line. You're opening up the energy that can move in through the top of your head. Tap, 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 tap. Just tap, tap, tap. Take your time. Tap, tap, tap all the way from the bridge of your nose all the way down to the occiput, the base of your skull and your neck. Going in there. And we're opening up, opening up. Just another moment or two, and you can stop tapping. Close your eyes, sitting in your seat. You're going to breathe in and fill up your belly. Then you're going to gasp through your mouth and fill up into the center of your head. And then out with a strong exhale, blowing out through pursed lips. Sniff, gasp. Just like that. Bringing energy into your head. Bring it up. Open your third eye. 6 more. 5. 4. 3, 2, 1. Blow all your air out. Deep breath in. Fill up everything. Even more. Hold. Squeeze into the center of your head. Make your face red. Tongue against the roof of your mouth. And release. Ooh, feel all that energy. Open. My third eye is open. My energy is open. Wow. Very powerful today. Just taking a few relaxing, deep, calming breaths in through your nose. Sigh out. Good. Very good. We're feeling nice, centered, light as a feather, and grounded. Okay. Very good. What we're going to do next is we're going to open up our sacred space because it's time for healing. If you would like to join in the healing, all you have to do is kind of follow some of these instructions for opening your sacred space. And I recommend anyone that's here, you do this to open up your energy field. So that way you can receive healing just by being here. We're going to begin by taking our hands and putting them together in prayer position. And I'm going to hold these in front of my heart. And my intention is to use the energy of my heart to make a connection with my praying hands. And you use this by using your mind's eye and your disciplined imagination. And you create just a sensation or feeling as if you can feel your heart connect to your hands. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the energy of our hands and we're going to bring it directly over our head and take in a deep breath, just like this. Hands come over the head. You turn your hands outward and open your energy around you. Very good. That's the first layer. We're going to do 2 more, 3 layers. The hands come together in the lap. They point back up. You stop at the heart. So now you're taking the energy of your root, all the energy of your lower energy centers, bringing it up through your stomach and stopping at your heart. Connecting with your heart. Now you're going to take your heart and connect that up and take it into your head and over your head. Big breath, hold it. Turn the hands out, exhale. Spread your fingers. Feel the energy move through your hands. This is your aura, your personal bubble. The hands come back together. Once more, they come up into the center. Big breath taking over your head. And very slowly open your peacock fan, opening your energy field. Very good. Now you're open and receptive. You're open to receive. And then so from here, what I would have you do is just open your hands. This puts you in that mode, I'm receiving. Almost like someone's going to throw a big ball to you and you're going to catch it. You're holding your hands. Your fingers are relaxed. They're not forced open. They're just kind of... Hands are open, soft open. And then so all that energy and awareness now is coming into your palms. And if you're energy aware, or if you're energy sensitive, you'll be aware right now that your fingers are vibrating and that there's 2 big balls of energy. There's 2 big giant energy fields that are connected into your hands. And as you sit here, what you're going to do is as you feel that energy, you start to invite that light into you. The light that's there, now that we've opened up our sacred space, this is your sacred space, is your sacred light. And this can show up as many things. This can show up as ancestors. It can show up as angels. It can show up as nature beings. There's really no limit. It's more about what you believe is holy or divine or sacred. And you're inviting that here to you. And if, say, you're religious, invite God to you. Or if you're a Christian, you may invite Jesus. Or if you're a Muslim, maybe you're invite Muslim leaders. You can invite any energy you would like to you. Any energy that you feel in your heart and inside of you is beautiful light energy. And don't worry, in this bubble, this open bubble, nothing in here can harm you. You're in a very open state where you're in your highest potential. And we invite here all beings of light, energies and frequencies, vibrations of nature, of divine intelligence and wisdom. And we ask that you come here and bring here the perfect medicine, the perfect healing for anyone that needs healing today. We ask that you bring your love and that you bring your light and you bring everything we need to create, to be unified together in this space. To you we pray. Aho. Amen. Yeah, yeah. And so it is. Very good. I'm going to take my left hand. I'm going to put it on my navel. I'm going to take my right hand. I'm going to put it on my heart. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the energy of my navel and I'm going to send it up and into my heart. And at the same time, the energy is connecting through my hands. The energy of my tummy is coming into my left hand, going up my left arm, into my right shoulder, into my left shoulder, crossing into the right shoulder, through the arm and back into the heart. So I'm connecting these two fields of energy, my gut brain and my heart brain. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two energies that are circulating almost like a figure eight, and I'm going to send it up into my third eye. So now I'm fully connected in my vertical column. I've invited all of my spirits, and I'm now in sacred space. Taking in a nice deep breath. Long exhale. Very good. I just kind of let everything go. And everyone who's here can just relax. And what we're going to do is we're going to move into the healing portion of today's meeting. The first person that was in line was Lori. And Lori, if you're here with us still, what are you in need of healing for today? First, that's the first question. What are you in need of healing for, Lori? What's going on? I'm buzzing all over. I hope all of you also are connecting into that beautiful energy. It's wonderful. Healing energy is very, very powerful. So just us being here together, secondary kind of effect is it brings healing energy into all of our cellular systems. Sometimes people, while they're waiting for healing, can experience healing without us having to do anything, just because they're in that vibration. Like I mentioned before, together we even create a bigger vibration for healing that isn't just for another person. It can be for the whole group, and it can be extremely powerful. We often do these healing circles in public. We'll actually go into a park and we'll get a group of people together, sometimes 20, 30 people. And what we'll do is we'll make a circle in the grass and we'll do some really nice shamanic work, kind of like we're doing here, maybe more in depth. And then what we'll do is we'll proceed to let everyone have some time in the circle and get some healing. Lori says, I feel heavy, sad, emotional. When I breathe deep into my chest, it hurts my right shoulder. This also happens when I lay down at night. Okay, so it's okay sometimes. Sometimes you have to feel heavy because that's your signal telling you that something needs to change. Heaviness is usually that heavy feeling in the body. Sad. Sad is usually connected to the mind because there's a decision that's being made that's saying, I'm not happy. Is what it is. Why aren't I happy? So that's something more emotional and moving into there. But as far as the pain in your shoulder, we can work on that. That's connected. This is all connected. What I'm going to ask you is currently, do you have pain in your body? And if so, where is it? How does it feel? If you have pain in your body, let us know where it is. How does it feel? So a couple descriptive words. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how uncomfortable is it in this moment? Letting go of the past. That's what everyone needs to do, right? Because the past no longer exists. There's only now. It's not that the past doesn't have value. It's just that it doesn't exist. And most of us, we spend a lot of time living from there. The good old days. And what does that do? That type of thinking keeps us from observing the now. This is also what brings people into heaviness and sadness and emotional distress, is typically not being alive in the present moment, being somewhere else, thinking that happiness is somewhere outside of the present moment when it can never be out of there. Lori says right shoulder sharp 3. So it's sharp, right shoulder 3. Okay, Lori, what I want you to do is I want you to just close your eyes. I want you to relax. And I want you to say 2 or 3 times out loud, and wherever the space you are, I want you to say, I am open and ready to receive. I want you to affirm to the universe. You're telling God, you're telling the angels that are with you. There's also some ancestral energy that's with you. And you're saying, I am open and ready to receive. Your dad's just shown up. Welcome him there. That's part of the right shoulder pain. It's a blockage of your divine masculine. You want to invite your father. Take a moment as we sit here, and I can feel that emotion starting to rise from your gut and in your belly. And I want you just to welcome him here, not the version of him you remember as a physical being, but I want you to instead picture what he would look like or be like in an angel's form. Imagine your dad. He's bright and perfectly beautiful and handsome and fit and everything you would think an angelic being or version of dad would show up like. And invite that here because he's with you. Our ancestors are always with us. Invite that here. And Lori, I just want you to relax. I want you to bring all of your attention into the shoulder. Just let all of your attention rest in the shoulder. And everybody else that is here, I want you to just focus yourself as being open to receive. In your open space of reception, we can tremendously increase the flow of energy and light. And Lori, just give me a moment to kind of look around in here, feel around in here, invite me into your space. Very good. Lori, the question comes forward and it says, are you ready to let go of? Are you ready to let go of this pain? Do you want to hold on to this pain anymore? You don't have to type or do anything. I know you don't want it anymore. And all I need you to do is say, I'm ready to release this pain. Lovingly release. You don't want to push it away. You don't want to rip it away. What you want to do is lovingly release. I want to release this energy. You're just letting go of an energy that isn't working for you. And that's okay. Lori, I'm now going to reach into your energy field and I'm going to encapsulate your shoulder in a big gold bubble, a bubble of light. I'm opening up a bubble of light around the shoulder, encapsulating the shoulder. And as I do this, you may become aware of your pulse in your shoulder. And just pay attention, slow breathing, feel your pulse in your shoulder. Very good. And as I continue putting this energy, and everyone here helps to put this energy in, everyone, I want you to picture Lori. And even if you don't know her, I want you to just picture a human woman in her greatest form. She's smiling, she's healthy, she's happy, she's strong. And then let go of the picture and just feel the feeling. A feeling of vast health and abundance and freedom. Lori, I'm now going to begin to condense the bubble, and I'm going to condense the heavy energy that's in your shoulder. As I do this, it may get a little tight and maybe a little uncomfortable. And what you're doing is you're beginning to feel everything condense. The energy is now the size of a golf ball, and I'm condensing it more down to the size of a little marble. And as it comes down to the size of a little marble, we're going to take it out of here. Clearing it out, letting it be free. Allowing your shoulder to clear the energy and be free. And Lori, I want you to take in a nice deep breath and fill it into your shoulder. Hold it there. Hold the energy there. And as you exhale, blow it out through your shoulder. Flushing the area. Fresh energy in. Old energy out. Fresh energy in. Old energy out. Fresh energy in. Old energy out. And relax. And as you relax, you're going to use a mantra. You're going to reprogram your mind. You're going to tell yourself, I'm happy, I'm healthy, and I'm strong. I'm happy, I'm healthy, and I'm strong. And as you say this, I want you to begin to, and all of us can do this, begin to channel gratitude. Feel gratitude inside of you. You can think first about the things you're grateful for, but what is important is, how does gratitude feel? Feel it in the middle of your body, embody it, and let it spread all over your body. Few breaths. Few more. Last one. Very good. A Nike Koyaki, thank you to all the beings of light and energy. Thank you to this beautiful group of souls who have come here into this space and come together to help facilitate healing. I am so grateful. Lori, I want you just to relax and rest. And when you're ready, not anytime sooner, you don't have to rush. I want you just to relax because there's lots of energy moving and you might even feel a little woozy. That's okay. Relax. Just be relaxed for a few moments. And as you come back and you allow yourself to recalibrate and feel however you feel, I want you to check in and let us know how you feel now. Thank you so much. Wow. I want to thank you all so much for aiding in that nice healing. I'm now going to move into, let's see. Next up is Brianna. Brianna, if you're here, you said that you need some healing on your right wrist. I would like for you to, you've been here before, you know what we need to do. It's your right wrist. Let me know, tell me, I want you to just take a few moments, feel it, and describe in some descriptive words how it feels. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how does it feel right now? Shoosh, my body is buzzing. I need some water. I'm out of group healing shape. I haven't done this in a while, since before surgery. But I really love to do these things. It's really powerful for all of us. It actually aids in not just the people that are here, but actually we're a cross-section of a collective consciousness. So just by us being here and sharing this space of healing and consciousness, we actually affect the overall whole of things. Brianna, if you're here, type on in, let us know what's going on. She said it's sharp and it's a 6. Okay. Brianna, I want you to relax wherever you are. And what I want you to do is I want you to just to take your hand and I want you to just set it down on your arm or next to you or wherever it feels comfortable. I just want you to set it down. And as you set it down, if you give me the allowance to, I just need you to allow me. I can sense that you're allowing me to. What I want you to do is I just want you to imagine that you put your hand into my hands. And I'm just holding your hand. Your hand is now on top of my hands, on my palms. And I've now taken your right hand and set your palm flat on my left hand. And I now have my right hand on top of your right hand. And I've created a little sandwich, a sandwich of energy. And Brianna, what I'm beginning to do is I'm channeling light down through the center of my head. I'm letting it go into my heart where I'm amplifying, I'm magnifying it, and I'm sending it down both my arms. And as it comes down both my arms, you can feel my left hand on the back of your hand, and my right hand on the other side of your hand. And I'm sending energy into your hand, and you can feel it. It's moving up through the wrist, through the forearm and the elbow. It's moving up through your upper arm, and now I'm taking it into your shoulder. And your shoulder has some hucha too. And all I'm doing is I'm just using this energy to kind of break down, to create some vibrational frequency, to just move this energy around so that way you can release it. I'm sending more energy up into your trapezius muscle. There's some tightness in there, your scapula. A little bit into the right behind the ear and the neck. I'm energizing, sending the frequency in. And now what we're going to do is, Brianna, I want you to use your intention. I'm going to let all of this heavy energy go. I want you to set the intention that you're going to give it to me. I'm going to give this energy away to Anthony. I'm going to let him have it. And you're going to take in a big, deep breath. And you're going to blow out soft through pursed lips. And as that happens, now my hands are like a magnet. And through your hand, I'm taking all the energy out of your ear and your neck and your shoulder. And it's drawing down your arm, down through the forearm, down through the wrist. Lots of vibration at the wrist. Down through your hand and into my hands. And you can feel it. There's a strong pull. It's now pulling through your central eye. You can feel your third eye. It's buzzing really hard. Allow that to be open. As the energy comes in through your third eye, you're now embodying the frequency of healing. As you bring in that energy, I'm guiding it down through your neck, across your shoulder, down your arm, into your wrists, and now all the way into your fingertips. Just relax. And what I want you to do is I want you to pay attention to your fingertips and see if you can sense or feel your pulse, your heartbeat in your fingertips, your fingernails. Beautiful work. And as this is happening, it's just stitching everything together. It's weaving together, harmonizing the energy in the arm, the neck, the head, the forearm, the wrist, and all the way into your hand. And everything's starting to feel better, free and alive, like new or better than new. You're going to take in now a very deep breath. You're going to breathe in, fill up your arm, your wrist, hand, and arm. Hold. I want you to squeeze into your arm and your hand, and I'm going to count down. When I get to 1, you're going to blow out, and I'm going to let go. 3, 2, 1. Blow out. And I've let your hand go. I want you now just to lift your hand over your head, and all of us can do this. Lift your hand over your head. And what you're going to do is you're going to call in the light of the upper world. You're going to call in the energy of heaven or God or the highest power. And God, I call you into the palms of our hands. I call in the energy of the divine force, and I allow it to enter into me and funnel down and fill up into my heart, refilling my heart with new light, golden light. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Draw that energy down and just allow your hand to come back down and just relax in your lap or however you're seated. Very good, Brianna. Brianna, I want you just to relax just for a couple minutes. Just lay down, relax, or slump yourself in your seat and just take some big breaths. I can feel something's happened even deeper than just your wrist and your arm. And if you need to cry, honey, cry. We're all here to support you. We love you. And I want you to know, and I know, and it's got me too. Crying's okay. It's not a bad thing. It's even, it took me a long time because even as men, we're trained not to cry, not to show emotion. And that's really much weaker than showing the emotion. It doesn't take more strength. It takes more strength to be okay with being vulnerable. I always thought I was very strong, but I knew I wasn't strong until I could begin to cry and allow myself to feel and express my deeper emotions. And this is something that most humans need to do every day. However, we don't because we don't have time and it's easier just to shut off and suppress. But what I do is I do recommend every day, if you can find time to sit there, even if you just cry in gratitude, use that. Use that energy. A friend of mine, I think that's on here watching now, she just mentioned, use your pain for you. There's pain. Your life comes with pain, but you have the choice to use that. There's ways that which you can use that. One of them is transformation, allowing yourself to feel the pain and release the pain. And what that does is this creates space within you. And then breathe, because as you breathe, you become embodied. It's hard for heavy energy to live when there's no space for it. Nike Kuyaiki, thank you, I love you. Arpichai Sonkolai, a dove from our heart. Wonderful, 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 man. The energy is palpable today. I want to thank everyone who's here for the energy in which you're adding into what we're doing here. Lori's back and she checked in and she said the pain is completely gone. Thank you so much. My pleasure, and our absolute pleasure, Lori. I'm so glad that you're able to open that up, because when you can get the pain out of the way, what it can do is it can begin to open up, like I mentioned, a frequency of consciousness to help you work with the things that's causing the pain. The pain's on purpose, so that way you can be here right now, okay? And we can work on this and we can do this. Everything's designed just right. So now that's open, and now I can tell you, don't be afraid. Go into the things that you need to go into. Don't be scared. Allow yourself to see. Allow yourself to experience and feel. That's all it needs to happen, honey. I want to thank you so much for being vulnerable and opening yourself up to the group and allowing us to work with your healing. I'm grateful for you, and I love you. Thank you. Wow, wow, wow. As Brianna recovers, I'll see who's next. Who was it? Right, wrist. Tanya Turner. Are you still with us, Tanya Johnson Turner? Tanya said, I would love some healing. I've been in hermit mode and working on self-healing. It's not much physical, but fighting the anxiety over finances and loss and a heavy heart. Thanks in advance. Absolutely. If you're open and ready to receive healing, I just would like you to type, I'm open and ready to receive. Okay? I'm open and ready to receive. So what that does is that brings our attention here, and then so that opens up the energy field with the intention to receive. And while we wait, let's all do some cleansing breaths. So there's a way to do a cleansing breath. So you breathe in through the nose and you blow out hard through your exhale through pursed lips. Your intention is to bring in fresh energy and exhaust used up energy. New energy, exhaust. New energy, exhaust. New energy, exhaust. Before we move on to Tanya, Brianna's come back. She says, my whole arm is numb. That's normal. That's all the vibration, frequency, and energy running through. It's buzzing. And the pain is gone. All the pain is gone, and she's crying. You know what? That's wonderful. That's wonderful news. Allow yourself. I could sense and I could feel that you're crying. Allow that all out, honey. It's totally okay. It's not a bad thing to be a sensitive human being. We're meant to be sensitive. We're meant to feel bad sometimes. We're meant to cry if it's painful. We're meant to cry if it feels good. Maybe it's both at the same time. And that's okay. Because if we don't experience all forms of human emotion, if we don't allow ourselves to experience, we're not fully human, okay? That's what being human is about. The way that we live is not really a human way of living. That's something, I had it backwards for a while. When I first was kind of in earlier stages of awakening, I would say, I can't identify as a human because what most people consider human and limitations of human are things I don't agree to. But then I realized it's the other way. It's just that human is far more than most people understand. And what most people are calling human is a limited or watered down idea of what human is. We are far more powerful than we have been conditioned to believe. And here's some living proof for you. Us all being together right here, we're facilitating healing for people. We're helping people change and open up their bodies, their minds, their lives. And that's a beautiful thing. Wonderful. Hawkeye Rick says, good day. Very good. And Brianna says she felt me holding her hand. Let's get back to Sister Tanya. Tanya says, I need help with being able to manage and work through the emotions that come when I lean into and work through my triggers. Okay. I can definitely help you with that, but what they're telling me is that's a little too intricate for us to work with here. So we're going to work with here is anything that you're holding on to heavy energy. Physically, the psoriasis and arthritis at full force, sure, in multiple places. Both of those things are directly related to an unregulated nervous system. So I'm not sure how aware you are currently of your sympathetic dominant state. Another thing I'm picking up is that that's normalized to you. You're going to have to go into your mind and understand that that is not where you're safe. That overthinking, fast-moving mind, analyzation, I can understand that and see that. That's something, you're Tony with an A. You're a lot like me. That's why we probably get along so well, is the overthinking. That intelligence and overthinking mind actually works to our detriment. It helps sometimes when it's used properly, but most of the time it's working to our detriment. It's actually hurting us and not really helping us. Okay, so the question is going to be, and what I need you to do is I need all of your attention. So Tanya and everyone else, I want you to bring your attention just into the present moment. You're going to close your eyes, and I want you to begin to scan your body. And we all can do this. Starting at the top of your head, begin to scan downward, like there's a light bar scanning through your body. You can feel your scalp and your forehead and your eyebrows, and you're scanning through your body, and you're just taking note of anything that feels out of place or heavy or stuck or stagnant. And just move along down through your body, through your face and your jaw and your neck and your upper neck and your back and your upper chest and your clavicles. Scanning down your body, down through the shoulders, the upper arms, all the way out through your hands and fingertips. And again, you're just taking note of anything that feels heavy or stuck or stagnant. You're learning about where the heavy energy is in your body right now. Moving down through the chest, in your internal organs, inside your rib cage, your lungs, and your heart, your liver, and you're moving on down all the way, all your internal organs and your intestines and all of your digestive system, moving through down into the reproductive space and reproductive organs, whether you're male or female. Allow yourself to scan through, check everything out. What feels heavy, stuck, or stagnant, and down through the hips and pelvis, down through the thighs and the knees, and the shins, the calves, and the feet. And right now, I just want you to become aware of your entire body as one living unit. And you're taking a slow, deep breath. Hold on to it and let out with a sigh. And as you relax, allow yourself to sink into wherever all of the center of this heaviness lives. Where is the center of the heaviness in your body? You may have multiple places of heaviness, but there's one place that stands out above the others. And all of us can take our attention there wherever it is. Specifically, though, I'm going to ask Sister Tanya, where do you feel the heaviness in your body? Where is the heaviness in your body living? Its primary space. And when you locate it, I want you to give it all of your attention. Giving it all of your attention. And I want you to notice, I want you to sense its sensation. How does it feel? What does it feel like? Can you give it a couple descriptive words? And as you allow those descriptive words to come up, you're going to type those in. You're going to tell us where it is, what it feels like, and in this moment, how intense is it? Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very intense. There's no rush. Take your time. And everyone else, as you're doing this, you're scanning into your own body, and wherever you feel the heaviness, you're just bringing all of your attention there. And you can begin to breathe slow and soft as if you could breathe into this area and out through this area and in through this area and out through this area and in through this area and out through this area and in through this area and out through this area and in through this area and out through this area and in through this area and out through this area. Tanya says she feels most of her heaviness in the throat. It's tight, burning, and hard to swallow. And it's at a 4. Tanya, I want you to, wherever you are, just kind of relax, tilt your head back, your chin's up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call upon the healing energy of Mother Moon. We call her Mama Kia in our tradition. And the beautiful divine light and energy of the moon has the ability for us to be able to begin to open up that throat energy center. And as I reach out, I'm calling into the sky, and I call here, Hayaya, Ri, Mama Kia. Mama Kia, bring your healing here to us. Humpwee. And as I do this, I'm bringing in a cord of silver light into your throat. And everyone that's here, I want you to use your imagination and mind's eye. And imagine I'm sending a big cord of energy and I'm plugging it right into the front of Tanya's throat. And as I plug that in there, Tanya, I want you to relax. And I want you to allow the silver energy of the moon to begin to permeate into your throat, into your esophagus and your trachea. And it begins to fill up under your jawbone and under your tongue. And I can feel it wrap around. It fills up your throat, it encapsulates your spine. And it moves all the way down to just below your collarbones. And it's a brilliant silver light. And with that silver light there, you're just going to relax. And I'm going to send some frequencies to help loosen up the hucha, the heavy energies that's there. Just relax. Good. Relax. Begin to breathe slowly with me as if it's right through your throat. You can breathe in and breathe out. Feel the smoothness increasing as you breathe in and you breathe out. You're allowing some of this fear, pain, and heavy energy to move. You're releasing your physical symptoms. You're letting go of this heaviness. First step. Knowing as you release this heavy energy, it allows new energy to enter, new consciousness. You allow your unconscious fearful thinking to move, and you invite to you conscious, fear-free thinking. I want you to breathe with me. Breathe in through your throat and hum out through your throat. There you go. In through the throat. Release all the tension. In through the throat. Release all the tension. Very good. In through the throat. Release all the tension in through the throat. And relax. Right now, you have a permanent cord of silver light connected to your throat. I want you to allow it to continue to do its work. I want you just to relax in the place you're in. Don't try to judge anything, or just allow yourself just to be present in this moment, as if you're listening for a pin to drop. And that pin may drop somewhere inside your throat. You're allowing yourself just to be very open, very relaxed, just for now. Just let go. Relax. You're calm. You're safe. And everything's okay. You don't have to worry. You're always being guided right where you need to go. Just let go. Allow it to unfold. And take a moment, and I want you to picture a version of Tanya where she no longer holds on to these things. Using that mind's eye. Picture her greatest version. And as you picture her, I want you to embody her. What does it feel like to be her without resistance, without fear, without pain? What does that feel like? Allowing it just to be, for it already exists. And what you're going to do now, Tanya, is invite her here. Invite that version of you to be here. And you don't have to think or worry or try or do. You don't have to work. You just have to let go, knowing that that version of you already exists and she's on her way. Just get out of the way. Allow it to be. And as that comes up, allow any emotion that needs to flow. Allow it all to flow. And everyone else, if there's any emotion moving through you, if there's any emotion that's rising in your body as you work on the heaviness of your scanned body, allow it to flow from you. Don't hold it. Don't hold back. Very good. Tanya, just take your time. Be here for a few moments. There's no rush. And as you become ready, I just want you to pop in and let us know how you're feeling. I want to thank the people that have... sorry, I'm at a loss for words. I feel totally Sami stoned. That's something that happens in our tradition that we talk about. It's when there's a lot of refined light energy and it comes into you. Like, I'm having a hard time just keeping my eyes open. Everything feels so fuzzy and soft, like a little bunny. Feels so nice. There's so much energy here. I want to thank everybody that's participated today in this healing session. I'll be back to do some more on Friday. But as for today, we're reaching the end of our time here today. But I'm so grateful to be here and to share our gifts, my gifts and your gifts with the world. And this is a testament to the power of, us being together. This is a really deep form of love, is what it is. People think that making love is the Hollywood idea of what that is, of sex or reproduction. It can be that, but at the deeper level, this is how we create the energy, how we create the container of love, lovingness. And I'd like to share with you all, just as my brother Master Yeshua, as he loves us, I love us. I love you. And some of you may think, you don't even know me. I don't need to. I know that I love you, for we're all brothers and sisters. Brenna says, thank you for the healing today. My absolute pleasure. Oh, Tanya came back. She said, "Thank you so much. I feel great. A hood cry and a big cough. A good cry and a big cough. Throat is at a big fat 0. Yahoo! So good. That's great. Take that with you. So that's what's important. That's why I love to do these things. Like, it doesn't like make all your problems go away, and that's not what you never want anyways. You don't want all your problems to disappear, but sometimes coming into a place like this just to open up some of the energy can allow new possibilities to enter. Because when we're blocked up and we have those symptoms of being blocked up, new energy just can't get in. So sometimes that's the deepest form of healing, is just creating a space, a little space for energy to come in. And the thing is it's awesome to do it in groups like this. It's very powerful. We also have an innate ability to help ourselves too. And so that's my my advice to everyone watching, is to take time every day just to breathe. You know, it doesn't have to be a big drawn out kind of thing. Just sit down for a few minutes wherever you're at and just breathe. Like that. It's that easy. In through the nose, big sniff in, fill up the belly and the chest. Big sigh. I guarantee if you do that every day for a couple minutes, your whole life begins to change. Especially if you begin to use it when you really feel heavy. When you feel like shit, try breathing a little bit. Creates a looseness in the body. It tells the nervous system you're learning how to regulate your nervous system. And that's really, really important. I love you all so much, and I want to thank everyone for being here today. It's 1:11, 1 hour and 11 minutes. Can you believe? Oh, and it just passed 1:11 on there. How amazing. 1:11. I love you all so much, and I'm just grateful to be here. I want to thank you all for your loving support of me and Chronic Wellness and Mary and the Positive Pineapple. We're so grateful for everybody, and we love you all so much. If you can, please make a donation to our cause, and you can find that pretty easy by going on over to our Facebook page, to my Facebook page, and there's a pinned post at the top of the page, and then there's some different kind of pay options. Even if it's $1, that's fine. Whatever, 50 cents, if you can send that, that's great. It's a beautiful way to reciprocate energy, and also helps me along because I'm still in a recovery process from surgery that I had on November 2nd. So I need all the help I can get. Everyone's been very helpful in helping me, and I love you all so much, and I'm so grateful. I'm going to need a nap, I think, after this. I love you all, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out. And also, if you would like to schedule a session, I have specific stress sessions that I'm offering. They're not on my Linktree. These are one-on-one sessions. Each session costs $150. You can get 3 sessions for $375. These are life-changing things that are going to teach you how to manage stress. Which is something I do anyway, but these won't be very spiritual or really designed as healing sessions. These are designed specifically for learning how to self-regulate. And the more you practice, the better. The more you learn, the better. Thank you all so much. I'll see you soon. I'll be back on Friday, and we'll do some more healing. Peace and love to you all.